You are not here by accident. Something inside you is already awake. You feel it now, a pressure, a pull forward. The world keeps moving, loud and distracted, but you are listening. Most people live on instinct, reacting, repeating, drifting through days they do not command. Their minds run them. Thoughts decide their limits. You are stepping away from that condition. Slowly, calmly, with intention. Your mind is either controlled or it controls. There is no middle ground. Every result you admire began with mastery. Here, breathe, stay with me. This is not noise. This is precision. Certainty builds when you stop resisting it. You do not need fear to change. You need clarity, and clarity is arriving. Right now, something is locking into place. Attention sharpens, doubt loosens its grip. You recognize this moment because it has been waiting for you. This is the moment everything changes for you. Chapter 1. The mind is the battlefield. Your life is not shaped by chance. It is shaped by what happens inside you, long before the world sees any result. Every action you take, every decision you avoid, every moment you hesitate or move forward begins in one place, your mind. This is where victory is prepared. This is where defeat is allowed. Nothing external has power unless it is granted power here. You may not have been taught this, but you have felt it. You sensed it in moments when everything depended on focus, and also in moments when everything slipped because attention was lost. The battlefield is not outside. It has always been within you. Most people live on autopilot. They wake, move, speak, react, and sleep without command. Their thoughts run freely, unchecked, colliding with emotion and impulse. This is not because they are weak by nature. It is because they never took control. Autopilot feels comfortable. It feels safe. It requires no effort, but it also produces no greatness. Awareness, on the other hand, demands responsibility. It asks you to notice what is happening inside you before it becomes action. That is where strength begins. Awareness is the first step onto the field. Imagine your mind as a command center, screens flashing, signals arriving from every direction. Some are useful, most are noise. If you do not choose what matters, everything demands attention. This is how confusion is born. This is how energy is wasted. Mental weakness is not a lack of intelligence, it is a lack of order. When the command center has no leader, chaos takes over. Thoughts shout, emotions interrupt. Fear disguises itself as logic. Over time, this chaos becomes familiar. Familiar becomes normal. Normal becomes accepted, and potential stays unused. Pay attention, not with canity, but with clarity. Notice how often your mind drifts without permission. Notice how quickly a thought becomes a feeling, and a feeling becomes an action. This is not a reason for judgment. This is a moment for responsibility. Responsibility without blame is power. Blame keeps you stuck in the past. Responsibility places you firmly in the present. The present is where control exists. The past cannot be commanded. The future cannot be controlled. But this moment responds to you immediately. The cost of mental weakness is always paid quietly at first. It shows up as hesitation, as inconsistency, as unfinished goals, as knowing what to do but not doing it. Over time, the cost grows. Confidence erodes. Self-trust weakens. You begin to doubt your own word to yourself. This is not failure. This is feedback. The mind is signaling that it needs leadership, and leadership starts with awareness. Wake up, not dramatically, not angrily. Simply wake up to what is happening inside you. This battlefield does not require violence, it requires discipline. Discipline is not punishment, it is structure. Structure gives your mind a place to stand. Without it, thoughts scatter. With it, thoughts align. When you begin to choose which thoughts stay and which are dismissed, something shifts. Calm replaces noise. Focus replaces confusion. You realize you are not your thoughts. You are the one observing them. This realization is a turning point. From here, control becomes possible. The world is loud. Opinions compete. Distractions multiply. None of this stops. Waiting for silence is a mistake. You must build silence within. Signal over noise, priority over impulse, intention over reaction. This is what it means to claim your ground. This is your ground. No one else can stand here for you. No one else can guard it. The moment you abandon it, something else takes control. Awareness keeps you present. Presence keeps you strong. You may feel resistance now. That is natural. The mind resists change because it prefers familiarity. Even familiar weakness feels safer than unfamiliar strength. Do not fight this resistance. Observe it. Observation weakens its grip. Each time you notice a thought, instead of obeying it, you gain ground. Each time you pause before reacting, you reclaim authority. This is how battles are won, not in one moment, but in repeated acts of awareness. Say it quietly within yourself. I am ready, not because you are perfect, but because you are willing. Willingness opens the door. Awareness walks through it. I choose awareness. This choice does not need witnesses. It does not need approval. It only needs consistency. Over time, this choice reshapes your identity. You stop drifting, you start directing, you stop reacting, you start deciding. The battlefield will test you. Some days focus will feel natural. Other days it will feel heavy. This does not mean you are losing. It means you are training. Training is not comfortable. It is effective. Each moment of conscious attention strengthens the command center. Each moment of discipline sharpens clarity. You begin to trust yourself again, not because you feel confident, but because you act with intention. This chapter is not about winning everything at once. It is about recognizing where the real fight is. From this awareness, every other skill will grow. Control begins here. Leadership begins here. The moment you see the battlefield clearly, you stop being a victim of it. You stand on it, calm, alert, ready, and you sense that this is only the beginning. Chapter 2. You are not. Your thoughts arrive without invitation. They appear suddenly, quietly, repeatedly. Some feel useful, some feel heavy, some feel urgent. For most people, this stream is accepted without question. A thought appears and they become it. It speaks and they obey. This is not awareness. This is identification. And identification is where control is lost. Today, that pattern begins to change. Calmly, precisely, permanently. A thought is not a command. It is an event. It passes through the mind like a signal through space. When you confuse the signal for authority, reaction follows, emotion rises, behavior follows, consequences arrive. This sequence feels automatic only because it has been practiced for years. Nothing about it is inevitable. Control begins the moment you separate who you are from what you think. You are the observer. Thoughts are the movement. This distinction changes everything. Imagine the sky. Clouds drift across it all day. Some are light, some are dark, some are dark. Some move quickly, some linger. The sky does not chase them, it does not argue with them. It does not panic when a storm passes through. It remains. Your mind works the same way when you stop identifying with every passing thought. Thoughts move, you remain. The moment you understand this, tension loosens, pressure eases, clarity becomes possible. Most people never pause long enough to observe their thoughts. They react before awareness arrives. A memory triggers emotion, an emotion triggers action, then regret follows. This cycle repeats until it feels permanent. It is not permanent. It is practiced. Observation interrupts the cycle. Observation creates space. In that space, choice exists. Choice is power. Power begins quietly, not loudly. Listen closely. The mind produces noise constantly. Comments, predictions, judgments, doubts, plans, warnings. Much of this is static, like a radio between stations. Loud, unclear, distracting. If you treat every sound as important, you lose focus. If you learn to distinguish signal from static, calm returns. This is not about silencing the mind completely. That is unnecessary. It is about deciding what deserves attention. Observe. This is the first command. Observation is active, not passive. You are not drifting. You are watching. Watching without judgment. Watching without resistance. A thought appears. You notice it. You do not label it as good or bad. You do not argue with it, you simply see it. This act alone weakens its grip. Thoughts feed on reaction. Without reaction, they lose energy. Do not react. This does not mean suppress. Suppression creates pressure. Pressure eventually explodes. Instead, allow the thought to exist without obedience. Let it be present without becoming action. This requires emotional discipline. Discipline is not force. It is restraint. Restraint is strength under control. When you feel an emotional surge, pause, breathe, stay still. Stillness gives clarity time to arrive. Imagine training a wild animal. If you chase it, it runs. If you fear it, it dominates. If you observe it calmly and consistently, it learns boundaries. Your mind works the same way. Reacting reinforces chaos. Observation introduces order. Over time, the mind learns that not every impulse will be followed. Gradually, it settles, not because it is defeated, but because it is guided. This is the psychological shift. You move from identification to control. Identification says, this thought is me. Control says, this thought is happening. The difference is subtle, the impact is massive. When you identify, you suffer unnecessarily. When you control, you choose deliberately. Control does not remove emotion. It regulates it. Regulation keeps you effective under pressure. You will notice resistance. The mind prefers familiarity. It has been allowed to lead unchecked for a long time. When you begin to observe without reacting, it may increase noise, more thoughts, louder emotions. This is not failure. This is adjustment. Stay still. Stay calm. Do not engage. Consistency teaches the mind a new pattern. That pattern becomes stability. This practice changes how you experience situations, how you experience challenges. Situations that once overwhelmed you now feel manageable. Not because they changed, but because your relationship to them changed. You see the thought before it becomes emotion. You see the emotion before it becomes action. This awareness gives you time. Time gives you choice. Choice builds confidence. Confidence grows into leadership. Leadership begins internally. If you cannot lead your thoughts, they will lead you. Unchecked thoughts create inconsistent behavior. Inconsistent behavior erodes trust. Self-trust is built when your actions align with intention, not impulse. Each time you choose observation over reaction, you strengthen that trust. Quietly, incrementally, permanently, stay with this moment. Notice what is happening inside you right now. Thoughts may be commenting on these words. Let them. Do not engage. Observe. Feel the space that opens. That space is yours. It has always been yours. You are simply reclaiming it. This is not effortful. It is deliberate. Deliberate attention feels calm, not tense. There will be moments when old patterns return. That is expected. Progress is not linear. Awareness does not eliminate thoughts. It changes your response to them. Each return to observation is a win. Each pause before reaction is progress. Do not rush this process. Depth matters more than speed. Control built slowly lasts longer. As you practice, you will notice emotional discipline improving. Triggers lose intensity. Situations that once demanded reaction now invite reflection. This is strength, not the loud kind, the stable kind, the kind that endures pressure. Emotional discipline does not remove feeling. It ensures feeling does not control direction. Stay still, not physically, but mentally. Let thoughts pass. Let emotions rise and fall. You remain. This stability becomes familiar. Familiar becomes natural. Natural becomes natural. Natural becomes identity. You begin to see yourself differently, not as someone at the mercy of their mind, but as someone who commands it with calm authority. This is not about perfection. It is about presence. Presence sharpens awareness. Awareness strengthens control. Control builds leadership. The more consistently you observe without reacting, the more reliable you become. Reliable to yourself. Reliable under pressure. Reliable in decision-making. This reliability is rare. It sets you apart quietly. Remember this. Thoughts appear. You decide which ones stay. This decision is made moment by moment, not once, not dramatically. repeatedly. Each repetition strengthens the habit. Each habit reshapes identity. You are not becoming someone new. You are revealing what was already there beneath the noise. Observe, do not react. Stay still. Let these commands settle. They are not instructions to fight your mind. They are invitations to lead it. The battlefield from the last chapter is becoming clearer. You are no longer swinging blindly. You are watching, measuring, choosing, and with each choice, control deepens. As this chapter closes, you may feel quieter, more grounded, more alert. This is not emptiness, it is readiness. From this stillness, sharper focus will emerge. From this discipline, greater strength will follow. You are learning to stand apart from your thoughts. And in that separation, something powerful is forming, waiting to be directed next. Chapter 3. Control the inner dialogue inside you. A voice is always speaking. It comments. It predicts. It explains. It narrates your experience moment by moment. This voice is not neutral. It is shaping how you see yourself, how you interpret events, and how you respond to pressure. Over time, it shapes your future. Whether you realize it or not, this inner dialogue is constantly rehearsing who you are becoming. Control it, and your direction changes. Ignore it, and it decides for you. Most people do not choose their inner dialogue. They inherit it. Old messages, past experiences, repeated doubts, unquestioned assumptions. The voice speaks so often that it feels like truth. But repetition does not equal accuracy. It only equals familiarity. Familiar thoughts feel safe, even when they are limiting. This is why discipline is required here. Not force, discipline. You must listen closely enough to hear what is being said before you can change it. You are the scriptwriter of your internal world. Every sentence running through your mind is either strengthening you or weakening you. There is no neutral script. The words you repeat internally become instructions. Instructions become behavior. Behavior becomes results. This chain is always active. When the script is careless, results are inconsistent. When the script is deliberate, results align with intention. Rewrite the script, and the outcome changes. Pay attention to the language you use with yourself, not out loud. Inside. Notice how you speak when things go wrong. Notice how you speak when effort is required. Notice how you speak when no one else is listening. This is the truest voice. It reveals whether you lead yourself with clarity or undermine yourself with habit. Observation comes first. Judgment is unnecessary. Awareness is enough to begin. Your inner dialogue is like an echo chamber. Thoughts repeat what they have heard before. If doubt was spoken often, doubt echoes. If discipline was reinforced, discipline echoes. Echoes grow louder the more often they are repeated. Silence breaks the echo. Intentional language replaces it. This is not positive thinking. This is accurate thinking directed toward purpose. Accuracy gives strength. Purpose gives direction. Speak with intent. This is not about constant motivation. It is about precision. When you speak internally, choose words that align with action. Vague language creates vague behavior. Clear language produces clear movement. Instead of emotional commentary, use directive statements. Instead of prediction, use decision. This shift feels subtle at first, but its effect compounds over time. Imagine calibrating a weapon. Small adjustments determine accuracy. A slight misalignment sends the shot off target. Your inner dialogue works the same way. A careless phrase repeated daily can slowly redirect your trajectory. A disciplined phrase repeated consistently can bring you exactly where you intend to go. Calibration requires patience. You test, you adjust, you repeat. Over time, precision becomes natural. Mental rehearsal is already happening. The question is whether you are guiding it. Before action, the mind imagines outcome. If the imagined outcome is failure, hesitation follows. If the imagined outcome is control, confidence builds. This is not fantasy, it is preparation. High performers rehearse internally before they act, whether consciously or not. You are doing it already. Now you learn to do it deliberately. Notice how often your inner voice narrates weakness as realism. This is not realism, it is habit. Realism includes capacity. It includes growth. It includes adaptation. Language that removes possibility limits movement. Language that acknowledges effort while affirming direction builds momentum. Choose language that reflects who you are becoming, not who you used to be. Rewrite the script. This does not mean denying difficulty. It means framing difficulty as part of the process, not a signal to stop. The words you use during challenge matter more than the words you use during comfort. Comfort does not require leadership. Challenge does. When pressure rises, the inner dialogue either stabilizes you or destabilizes you. Preparation determines which one occurs. Your inner voice should sound like leadership, not commentary. Leaders give clear instructions. They do not panic. They do not insult. They do not dramatize. They assess and direct. Begin speaking to yourself this way. Calm, firm, direct, short sentences, clear intent. This style builds trust internally. Trust reduces friction. Reduced friction increases consistency. Consistency is born in language. When your inner dialogue aligns with your goals, action becomes simpler, not easier, but simpler. Less negotiation, less emotional resistance, fewer internal arguments. You stop debating whether to act and start deciding to act. This shift saves energy. That energy is redirected into execution. You decide who you become. This decision is reinforced through words long before it appears in results. Each phrase you repeat internally is a vote for a future version of yourself. Some votes are accidental, others are intentional. Begin voting with awareness. Not once, repeatedly. Repetition builds identity. There will be moments when old language returns. This is expected. Patterns do not disappear instantly. When it happens, pause, observe, correct. Do not engage in criticism. Correction is enough. Leadership does not punish, it redirects. Redirects your inner dialogue back to intention. Each redirects your inner dialogue back to intention. Each redirection strengthens control. Your mind listens to you. It responds to tone, not just content. Speak with calm authority, urgency without panic, confidence without arrogance. This tone creates internal stability. Stability supports endurance. Endurance supports long-term success. The inner dialogue sets the emotional climate in which you operate. As you practice this, you will notice changes in how you approach tasks. Procrastination weakens. Clarity increases. Decisions feel cleaner, not because the world changed, but because the internal narrative did. Language became aligned. Alignment produces momentum. This chapter is not about constant affirmation. It is about accurate direction, words that reinforce discipline, effort, and growth, words that prepare you for pressure instead of avoiding it, words that remind you of agency when conditions are uncertain. This is self-leadership in its most practical form. Say it internally now. I decide who I become, not as motivation, as a statement of authority. Let it settle. Feel the steadiness it brings. This is not emotional excitement, it is resolve. Resolve lasts longer. The inner dialogue will continue to speak. That will not stop. What changes is who holds the pen. You are learning to write instead of react, to direct instead of drift, to prepare instead of drift, to prepare instead of hope. This control sharpens focus. Focus prepares the next skill. As this chapter closes, notice the quiet confidence forming. The voice inside is becoming clearer, more deliberate, less chaotic. This clarity is not the destination, it is the foundation. From here, focus can become ruthless. From here, discipline can deepen. The script is changing, and the next chapter will demand that clarity be held under pressure. Chapter 4. Focus is a ruthless skill. Focus is not a personality trait. It is not talent. It is not something you either have or lack. Focus is a skill, and like every skill that produces power, it must be trained deliberately, repeatedly, and without negotiation. The reason focus feels rare is because it demands sacrifice. It requires you to eliminate before you add. Most people want more tools, more information, more stimulation. Focus demands less. Less noise, less movement, less permission for distraction. This is where discipline separates intention from outcome. Your attention is your most valuable resource. You spend it constantly, often without noticing. Every message, every thought, every impulse makes a withdrawal. Most people go bankrupt mentally before the day is halfway done. They feel tired without having done meaningful work. This is not because they lack energy. It is because their attention was scattered. Scattered attention produces shallow effort. Shallow effort produces frustration. Frustration weakens resolve. Focus reverses this pattern. Imagine looking through a sniper lens. Everything outside the target disappears. The field narrows. The mind quiets. Precision replaces urgency. This is not aggression. This is clarity. The sniper does not rush. Rushing introduces error. The sniper does not rush. Rushing introduces error. The sniper waits, breath steady, awareness sharp. When action happens, it is decisive. This is the quality of focus you are training. Calm, narrow, ruthless. Ruthless does not mean harsh, it means uncompromising. Focus does not negotiate with distraction. It does not multitask. Multitasking is a myth that weakens results. Each time you split attention, you dilute impact. The mind performs best when it commits fully to one objective. This is not limitation, this is optimization. Power increases when attention is concentrated. Elimination comes before addition. This principle feels uncomfortable because it requires letting go. Letting go of habits, letting go of constant input, letting go of the need to stay updated on everything. But progress does not come from knowing everything, it comes from executing what matters. Identify what does not move you forward and remove it. Not temporarily, intentionally. Picture locked doors. Every closed door protects focus. When doors are open, anything can enter. Noise, requests, interruptions. Locked doors create boundaries. Boundaries create depth, produces mastery. This is true mentally and physically. When you decide what is allowed access to your attention, you regain authority over your time and energy. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is power. In silence, the mind organizes. In silence, priorities clarify. Noise creates urgency without importance. Silence reveals importance without urgency. The ability to sit in silence without reaching for stimulation strengthens focus. It trains patience. Patience sustains long-term effort. Long-term effort produces results that short bursts never can. Attention economics governs modern life. Everything competes for your focus because focus creates value. If you do not protect it, someone else will take it. Not maliciously, automatically. This is how systems are designed. Your responsibility is not to fight the system. Your responsibility is not to mite your attention within it. Management requires awareness and rules. Create rules for your focus. Decide when input is allowed and when it is not. Decide when communication is open and when it is closed. Decide what deserves immediate attention and what does not. Rules remove decision fatigue. Without rules, every moment becomes a negotiation. Negotiation drains energy. Discipline conserves it. Cutting weight is part of training. Athletes remove excess to improve performance. You must do the same mentally. Excess commitments, excess information, excess simulation, excess simulation. Cutting weight feels uncomfortable at first. The mind resists loss, but performance improves quickly. Movement becomes cleaner, endurance increases, focus sharpens, remove distractions. This is not symbolic, it is practical. Identify what pull your attention away from your priorities and reduce its presence. Not later, now. Each distraction removed is attention reclaimed. Reclaimed attention strengthens confidence. Confidence grows when you keep promises to yourself. Lock in. Locking in is a decision, not a feeling. You do not wait to feel focused. You choose focus and allow feeling to follow. The first minutes may feel restless. Stay with it. Restlessness is the mind adjusting to structure. Structure always feels restrictive before it feels freeing. Focus is built in layers. First, eliminate obvious distractions. Then refine. Notice subtle leaks. Internal distractions matter as much as external ones. Unchecked thoughts can fracture attention just as quickly as noise. Use the skills you have already trained. Observe. Do not react. Redirect. Redirect gently. Focus returns through consistency. There will be moments when focus feels heavy. This does not mean it is wrong. It means you are working at depth. Shallow work feels light. Deep work feels demanding. Demand is not danger. Demand is growth. Stay present. Breathe. Commit to the moment fully. Focus transforms how you experience time. When attention is scattered, time slips away unnoticed. When attention is concentrated, time stretches. You accomplish more with less effort. This efficiency builds trust in your process. Trust reduces anxiety. Reduced anxiety, improved anxiety, improves performance. You may notice resistance from others as your focus sharpens. This is natural. Focus changes availability. Boundaries shift expectations. This is not rejection. It is leadership. You are modeling discipline. You are choosing long-term impact over short-term approval. Leadership requires focus. Without it, decisions are reactive. With it, decisions are deliberate. Deliberate decisions compound over time. Compounding creates momentum. Momentum sustains effort when motivation fades. Focus is trained daily, not perfectly, consistently. Each session strengthens the skill. Each return from distraction reinforces control. Control becomes identity. You begin to see yourself as someone who locks in when it matters. This self-image reinforces behavior. Notice how focus changes emotional experience. Anxiety decreases, confidence stabilizes, pressure feels manageable. This is because focus anchors you in the present task. The present task is always manageable when approached fully. Do not confuse focus with rigidity. Focus adapts when needed. It adjusts without fragmenting. Flexibility within structure is strength. Rigidity breaks under pressure. Focus holds. This chapter is not asking you to isolate forever. It is teaching you to choose intentionally. Connection has its place. Rest has its place. Focus gives each its proper time. Without focus, everything blends together and nothing is done well. As you train this skill, you will feel a quiet authority return. You move with purpose. You start tasks without delay. You finish what you start more often. These are not dramatic changes. They are reliable ones. Reliability builds greatness. Remove distractions. Lock in. Let these commands guide your practice, not as pressure, but as direction. Focus is not about doing more, it is about doing what matters fully. As this chapter closes, you may sense a narrowing, not of possibility, but of attention. This narrowing is intentional. It prepares you for discipline. Discipline will demand that focus be held even when comfort disappears. The skill you are building now will be tested next, and you are becoming ready to hold it. Chapter 5. Discipline over motivation. Motivation feels powerful when it appears. It arrives with energy, emotion, excitement. It makes everything seem possible, but motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes without warning. Discipline does not ask how you feel. Discipline stays. This is the difference that defines long-term success. Motivation may start the journey, but discipline carries it forward when enthusiasm fades. Most people wait to feel ready. They wait for the right mood, the right moment, the right emotional push. This waiting creates delay. Delay becomes habit. Habit becomes identity. Discipline interrupts this pattern. Discipline moves first and allows feeling to follow. This is not harsh, it is honest. Results are built by those who act consistently, not those who feel inspired consistently, not those who feel inspired consistently. Discipline is often misunderstood. It is not punishment. It is protection. Like armor, discipline shields you from the weakness of momentary emotion. It protects your goals from fatigue, distraction, and doubt. Armor is not worn because the battle is easy. It is worn because the battle is real. Discipline prepares you for the days when motivation is absent. Delayed gratification is the foundation of discipline. It means choosing long-term gain over short-term comfort. Comfort is tempting because it offers immediate relief. Growth requires patience. Patience feels uncomfortable because results are not instant. But every meaningful achievement is delayed. Discipline accepts this delay without complaint. It understands that progress compounds quietly. Boredom tolerance is part of mastery. Repetition is not exciting. Daily practice is not dramatic. Showing up consistently does not create applause. But repetition sharpens skill. Skill builds confidence. Confidence sustains effort. Those who cannot tolerate boredom search for stimulation. Those who tolerate boredom build strength. Strength lasts longer than excitement. Daily drills shape identity. Small actions repeated daily become standards. Standards define who you are. You are not defined by what you do once. You are defined by what you do repeatedly. Discipline turns intention into routine. Routine removes negotiation. When negotiation ends, progress accelerates. Imagine sharpening steel. Each pass against the stone feels slow. No single stroke creates sharpness, but repeated passes transform dullness into precision. Discipline works the same way. One disciplined action feels insignificant. Hundreds of disciplined actions create mastery. This process requires trust. Trust in effort, trust in time. Discipline does not require perfection. It requires return. When you miss a day, you return the next. When energy drops, you reduce intensity but maintain consistency. Consistency matters more than intensity. Intensity fades. Consistency compounds. This is how momentum is built quietly. Motivation asks, do I feel like it? Discipline asks, is it required? Required actions do not wait for emotion. They are executed because they align with purpose. Purpose gives discipline meaning. Without purpose, discipline feels empty. With purpose, discipline feels grounding. Armor does not remove weight, it distributes it. Discipline does not remove effort, it organizes it. When effort is organized, it becomes manageable. Manageable effort can be sustained. Sustained effort produces results. There will be days when discipline feels heavy. This does not mean it is wrong. It means you are strengthening it. Muscles grow under resistance. Discipline grows under resistance. Discipline grows under repetition. Resistance is not a signal to stop. It is a signal that training is working. Do it anyway. This command is simple, not easy. It does not insult your feelings. It does not deny fatigue. It acknowledges reality and moves forward regardless. Doing it anyway builds self-trust. Each time you act despite resistance, you prove reliability to yourself. Reliability is confidence built over time. Stay steady. Steadiness is underrated. Dramatic bursts attract attention. Steady progress builds outcomes. Steadiness keeps you moving when others quit. It keeps you grounded when excitement fades. It keeps you aligned when distraction increases. Transformation peak. Number 1. Stay with this moment. Do not rush. Breathe. Stand firm. Do it anyway. Again. Stay steady. No drama. No delay. Move. Hold. Continue. This peak is not chaos. It is control. Energy rises, but direction remains clear. This is disciplined intensity. It is focused. It is contained. It does not burn out. It endures. Release the intensity slowly. Return to calm. Discipline does not shout constantly. It speaks when needed and then settles. Calm follows command. Calm allows recovery. Recovery prepares the next effort. Discipline reshapes how you see yourself. You stop identifying as someone who starts and stops. You become someone who continues. This identity shift is powerful. Identity drives behavior more than goals ever will. When you see yourself as disciplined action becomes natural. Consistency identity is built through evidence. Each day you show up adds proof. Proof strengthens belief. Belief simplifies decision-making. Decisions become faster. Less emotional debate, more execution. Discipline also protects your energy. When routines are established, you spend less mental energy deciding what to do. That energy is redirected into quality execution. Quality execution produces better results with less strain. You may notice that others misunderstand discipline. They may interpret boundaries as distance, consistency as rigidity, focus as withdrawal. This is temporary. Results speak clearly over time. Discipline does not seek validation. It seeks alignment. There will be moments when motivation returns. Enjoy it, use it, but do not depend on it. Discipline remains when motivation leaves. This reliability creates calm confidence. You trust yourself to act regardless of mood. This trust is freedom. Freedom is often confused with ease. True freedom is the ability to choose long-term growth over short-term relief. Discipline gives you that ability. Without discipline, impulses decide. With discipline, intention leads. Notice how discipline changes your relationship with effort. Effort becomes expected, not feared. Expected effort feels lighter. Fear drains energy. Acceptance conserves it. Discipline accepts effort as part of the process. Daily drills are not glamorous. They are effective. They turn skill into reflex. Reflex reduces hesitation. Reduced hesitation improves performance under pressure. Pressure reveals preparation. Discipline prepares you quietly. Steel sharpens steel. Discipline sharpens character. Character sustains leadership. Leadership begins internally. If you cannot lead yourself consistently, you cannot lead others reliably. Discipline is self-leadership in action. Stay steady when results are slow. Growth is often invisible before it becomes obvious. Trust the process you are building. Processes outlast moods. Moods fluctuate. Processes remain. You may feel moments of doubt. Doubt does not disqualify you. It tests commitment. Commitment is proven through action, not certainty. Act through doubt. Discipline carries you through uncertainty. Return to the command. Do it anyway. Not angrily, not resentfully, calmly, with intention. Stay steady. This steadiness accumulates. Days become ulates. Days become weeks. Weeks become months. Months reshape outcomes. Outcomes reshape identity. This chapter is not an argument against motivation. It is a promotion of reliability. Motivation excites. Discipline delivers. Delivery builds trust. Trust builds authority. Authority over self is the foundation of leadership. Others may follow confidence, but they rely on consistency. Discipline creates consistency. Consistency creates respect. As this chapter closes, notice the grounding you feel. Less emotional fluctuation, more resolve. This is not exhaustion, it is stability. Stability prepares you for emotional mastery. The next chapter will demand that discipline be held not just in action, but in feeling. You are building the strength to do that now. Chapter 6. Emotional Mastery. Emotions are not enemies. They are signals. They carry information about pressure, meaning, and response. The problem begins when signals become rulers. When emotion dictates direction, clarity fades. When emotion is understood and regulated, strength increases. Emotional mastery is not the absence of feeling. It is the ability to remain effective while feeling everything fully. Most people are trained to react emotionally, not regulate emotionally. Reaction is fast. Regulation is deliberate. Reaction hands control to the moment. Regulation keeps control with you. This difference determines performance under pressure. Pressure does not destroy capability. Unregulated emotion does. Emotional mastery begins with acceptance. Emotions will rise. They always do. Trying to suppress them creates tension. Tension amplifies reaction. Acceptance allows observation. Observation creates space. Space allows choice. Choice restores control. This sequence must be practiced repeatedly until it becomes natural. Imagine temperature control. A stable system adjusts automatically when heat increases or decreases. It does not panic when conditions change. It compensates. Your emotional system can work the same way. When pressure rises, regulation cools response. When energy drops, regulation stabilizes output. This balance preserves effectiveness. Calm your system. This is not a command to feel calm. It is a command to regulate. Regulation begins with breath, posture, and attention. Slow the breath. Relax unnecessary tension. Anchor attention in the present. These actions signal safety to the nervous system. Safety restores clarity. Clarity enables decision. Emotional neutrality is misunderstood. It does not mean indifference. It means responsiveness without distortion. You still care. You still feel. But emotion does not overwhelm judgment. Neutrality creates consistency. Consistency builds trust. Trust strengthens leadership. Pressure handling separates performers from spectators. Pressure compresses time and attention. Emotional mastery prevents collapse under compression. It allows you to absorb impact without losing alignment. Like shock absorbers, regulation reduces damage while maintaining movement. Without shock absorption, systems break under stress. With it, systems endure. Storm navigation requires awareness, not denial. You cannot remove the storm. You adjust direction and speed. You stay oriented. Emotional storms pass. Orientation determines whether you remain steady or drift. Regulation is your compass. Notice how emotions influence thought. Anxiety accelerates thinking. Anger narrows perception. Excitement can distort judgment. Awareness allows you to notice these shifts without being consumed by them. When you notice acceleration, slow down. When perception narrows, widen attention deliberately. This is mastery through adjustment. Stay grounded. Grounding brings attention back to what is real and immediate. Sensation anchors awareness. Feel your feet, feel your breath, feel contact with the present moment. Grounding interrupts emotional escalation. Escalation requires imagination. Grounding returns you to reality. Emotional mastery is trained during calm periods, not crises. When calm, practice regulation. When regulated, capacity expands. Then, under pressure, regulation becomes accessible. Training during calm builds resilience during storms. You may believe strong emotions give strength. In truth, unregulated emotion drains energy. Regulation conserves it. Conserved energy sustains effort. Sustained effort produces results. Emotional discipline supports focus and discipline. Without regulation, focus fragments. Discipline falters. Emotional mastery integrates all previous skills. It stabilizes observation, language, focus, and consistency. Pressure often reveals untrained emotional responses. This is not failure. It is information. Use information to adjust. Each adjustment strengthens capacity. Leadership requires emotional mastery. Others respond to emotional tone before words. Calm presence communicates stability. Stability builds confidence. Confidence attracts trust. Calm your system. This command applies repeatedly. When tension rises, regulate. When frustration appears, regulate. When excitement threatens to distract, regulate. Regulation is constant maintenance, not a one-time action. Neutrality allows you to respond appropriately instead of react impulsively. Response aligns with intention. Reaction serves emotion. Choose response. Emotional mastery also involves recovery. After intensity, allow restoration. Restoration resets capacity. Capacity ensures readiness for the next challenge. Ignoring recovery leads to depletion. Depletion increases emotional volatility. Volatility reduces effectiveness. Notice how regulation changes perception of difficulty. Challenges feel manageable. Urgency decreases. Options expand. This is not avoidance. It is clarity. Storm navigation improves with experience. Each regulated response builds confidence. Confidence reduces fear. Reduced fear improves regulation. This positive cycle strengthens emotional mastery. Emotions do not disappear with mastery, they integrate. Integrated emotion becomes intuition. Intuition informs action without overwhelming it. Stay grounded. Grounding stabilizes attention during uncertainty. Uncertainty triggers emotion. Grounding anchors response. Regulation also protects relationships. Emotional outbursts damage trust. Regulated expression maintains respect. Respect supports collaboration. Collaboration amplifies impact. Emotional mastery is quiet. It does not announce itself. It is visible in composure, consistency, and reliability. These qualities command respect without demand. Calm follows command. When you regulate deliberately, calm emerges naturally. Calm does not mean inactivity, it means readiness. Practice neutrality during small stresses, traffic, delays, minor setbacks. These moments are training opportunities. Each regulated response builds capacity. Pressure handling improves decision-making. Decisions made under regulation are clearer and more aligned. Decisions made under regulation are clearer and more aligned. Decisions made under reaction often require correction. Notice internal signals early: tight chest, shallow breath, racing thoughts. Early detection allows quick regulation. Late detection requires greater effort. Awareness saves energy. Shock absorbers do not eliminate bumps. They manage impact. Emotional mastery manages impact without losing direction. Storms pass faster when you do not fight them. Fighting prolongs turbulence. Acceptance shortens duration. Acceptance does not mean approval. It means acknowledgement. Calm your system. Stay grounded. Let these commands guide your practice. Use them before intensity escalates. Emotional mastery is cumulative. Each regulated moment adds resilience. Resilience sustains leadership. Leadership begins internally and radiates outward. Notice how regulation influences self-talk. Language softens. Directives clarify. Internal noise decreases. This synergy strengthens control. Emotional neutrality supports courage. Courage is not absence of fear, it is action despite fear. Regulation allows courage to operate without paralysis. Stay grounded during success as well. Excitement can destabilize focus. Regulation maintains consistency across highs and lows. Emotional mastery builds reliability. Others know what to expect. Predictability creates trust. Trust amplifies influence. Calm your system when stakes rise. The higher the stakes, the more regulation matters. High stakes amplify emotion. Regulation preserves clarity. Grounding practices become habits. Habits reduce effort. Reduced effort increases sustainability. Storm navigation improves vision. When you remain calm, you see options others miss. Options create advantage. Emotional mastery also reduces regret. Regulated actions align with values. Alignment reduces internal conflict. Reduced conflict increases peace. Peace is not passivity, it is alignment. Alignment strengthens execution. Stay grounded in the present task. The present task is always manageable when approached with regulation. As you practice emotional mastery, pressure becomes less threatening. It becomes information. Information guides action. Calm your system. This command becomes automatic with repetition. Automatic regulation is mastery. This chapter integrates the skills you have built. Observation creates space. Language directs. Focus narrows. Discipline sustains. Emotional mastery stabilizes. You are not eliminating emotion. You are leading it. Stay grounded. This steadiness prepares you for identity transformation. The next chapter will ask you to define who you are becoming under pressure. Emotional mastery ensures you are ready to hold that definition without distortion. As this chapter closes, feel the stability settling. Not excitement, not tension, stability. This stability is strength. It carries forward. Chapter 7. Identity is the real weapon. Every action you take is a reflection of who you believe you are, not who you want to be, not who you admire, who you believe you are right now. Identity operates beneath motivation, beneath discipline, beneath emotion. It is the silent authority that decides what feels natural and what feels impossible. Change your identity and behavior follows. Ignore identity and effort becomes a struggle. Most people try to change outcomes without changing self-image. They force habits onto an identity that does not support them. This creates friction. Friction creates exhaustion. Exhaustion leads to abandonment. Identity must change first. When identity shifts, behavior feels aligned instead of forced. Alignment removes resistance. Resistance is what drains energy. Identity is a set of internal standards. Standards define what you tolerate, what you pursue, and what you refuse. These standards are rarely spoken aloud, but they are enforced constantly. They guide decisions in quiet moments when no one is watching. If your standards are low, effort feels optional. If your standards are high, effort feels expected. Expected effort becomes routine. An identity shift does not require permission. It requires decision. Decision followed by consistency. The moment you decide who you are becoming, the mind begins adjusting behavior to match. This adjustment feels uncomfortable at first. Discomfort is evidence of transition. Transition means growth. Imagine putting on a uniform. A uniform changes posture, changes behavior. It signals responsibility. When you wear it, you move differently. You carry yourself with intention. Identity works the same way internally. When you step into a stronger identity, your internal posture shifts. You stand taller mentally. You hesitate less. You act with purpose. Self-image is not arrogance. It is accuracy. It is the internal picture you hold of yourself in moments of challenge. That picture determines response. If the image is weak, challenge overwhelms. If the image is strong, challenge activates capability. Upgrade the image and response improves. Internal standards are non-negotiable rules you live by. They are not goals. Goals are external. Standards are internal. Goals can be missed. Standards are enforced. When effort dips, standards are enforced. When effort dips, standards intervene. When temptation appears, standards decide. Identity is the keeper of standards. A rank insignia communicates authority without explanation. Identity functions the same way. You do not need to announce who you are becoming. Your behavior will communicate it. Calm confidence, consistent action, clear boundaries. These signals are unmistakable. Name changes are symbolic of transformation. They mark a shift from one role to another. Internally, you must allow the old identity to release its hold. This does not mean denying your past. It means not being governed by it. The past informs. Identity directs. Step into it. This command is intentional. You do not wait to feel ready. You step into the identity and allow behavior to catch up. Waiting reinforces the old self. Action installs the new one. Identity is reinforced through evidence. Each aligned action strengthens belief. Belief simplifies future action. This loop builds momentum. Momentum stabilizes identity. You may feel resistance from within. Old habits protect familiar identity. Familiarity feels safe even when it limits growth. Acknowledge resistance without obeying it. Resistance fades when consistently challenged. Identity shift requires consistency under pressure. Pressure tests identity. It reveals whether change is superficial or integrated. Integrated identity holds underline when conditions are difficult. This is where transformation becomes permanent. Transformation peak number 2. Breathe. Stand tall. Breathe. Stand tall. Step into it. No hesitation, no negotiation. This is who you are now. Move, hold, advance. Release intensity slowly. Return to calm. Identity change is not dramatic all the time. It is steady. It shows up in how you speak to yourself, how you respond to setbacks, how you follow through when no one is watching. These moments matter more than public victories. Self-image upgrade requires honesty. You must see where you are without judgment. Judgment blocks growth. Clarity enables it. From clarity, you choose deliberately. Identity also shapes perception. When identity is strong, obstacles appear manageable. When identity is weak, obstacles appear threatening. Perception determines emotional response. Emotional response influences action. Action reinforces identity. This cycle must be directed consciously. Internal standards protect focus and discipline. When standards are clear, distractions lose power, temptation weakens, decision-making becomes faster. This efficiency conserves energy for execution. Leadership identity begins internally. You lead yourself before others notice. This leadership is visible in consistency and composure. Others respond to stability instinctively. You do not become someone new overnight. You install a new standard and enforce it daily. Enforcement builds credibility with yourself. Credibility creates trust. Trust sustains identity. Identity is not defined by what you avoid. It is defined by what you uphold. Uphold effort. Uphold integrity. Uphold integrity. These values shape behavior naturally. Notice how identity influences emotional mastery. When identity is stable, emotions fluctuate less. Regulation becomes easier. Stability reinforces leadership. Step into it again. Repetition matters. Each repetition strengthens the neural pattern. Patterns become habits. Habits become character. This is who you are now. Say it internally, not as a hope, as a declaration. Let it settle. As this chapter closes, feel the weight of identity. Not heavy, grounded. This weight anchors you. It prepares you to operate under greater pressure. The next chapter will demand leadership under stress. Identity will determine how you respond. Chapter 8. Pressure creates leaders. Pressure is not an obstacle placed in your path. It is the path. Leadership is not formed in comfort, clarity, or ease. It is formed when weight is applied and direction must still be chosen. Pressure reveals what is already there, and at the same time it builds what was missing. This is why pressure feels uncomfortable. It is both mirror and forge. Most people avoid pressure instinctively. They seek relief, escape, explanation. Avoidance feels protective, but it weakens capacity. Capacity only grows when it is tested. Just as muscle strengthens under resistance, leadership strengthens under load. Without load, there is no adaptation. Without adaptation, there is no growth. Pressure demands responsibility. Responsibility is the willingness to choose without certainty. It is the acceptance that waiting for perfect information is not leadership. Leadership acts with clarity, not perfection. Pressure compresses time. It removes comfort. It asks one question repeatedly. Will you decide? Decision-making under pressure separates leaders from followers. Followers wait for direction. Leaders become direction. This does not mean rushing. It means committing. Commitment stabilizes action. Indecision multiplies stress. Decision reduces it. Even imperfect decisions restore momentum. Weight training builds strength by stressing muscle fibers beyond comfort. The body adapts by growing stronger. Pressure does the same to the mind. When you hold weight steadily, capacity increases. When you drop it repeatedly, strength does not develop. Leadership requires holding the weight longer than feels comfortable. Pressure also strips away illusion. Under stress, habits surface, identity is exposed. This exposure is valuable. It shows where integration is complete and where it is not. Do not fear this exposure. Use it. Information gained under pressure accelerates growth. Calm authority emerges when regulation meets responsibility. Calm is not passive, it is controlled readiness. Authority is not loud, it is steady. When others feel pressure, they look for stability. Stability communicates leadership without words. Calm authority reassures and directs simultaneously. Fire forging transforms raw material into strength. The fire does not destroy the metal, it refines it. Pressure functions the same way. It removes excess, it hardens resolve, it clarifies purpose. What survives pressure is essential. What falls away was unnecessary. Command presence is the ability to remain composed while others react. It is felt immediately. Presence does not demand attention. It commands it naturally. This presence is built through repeated exposure to pressure handled well. Each time you regulate and decide, presence deepens. Responsibility often arrives before readiness feels complete. This is intentional. Growth requires stretch. Waiting to feel ready delays development. Leadership steps forward before comfort arrives. Comfort follows competence. not the other way around. Hold the line. This command is about steadiness. Holding the line means maintaining standards under stress. It means not lowering expectations when pressure increases. Standards protect integrity. Integrity sustains trust. Trust amplifies influence. Pressure reveals priorities. Under stress, trivial concerns fade. What matters becomes clear. This clarity is useful. It aligns action quickly. Leaders use this clarity to focus effort where it counts. Decision-making under pressure benefits from simplicity. Complex thinking collapses under stress. Simple principles endure. When pressure rises, return to fundamentals. What is required now? What aligns with standards? Decide accordingly. Calm authority also regulates others. Emotions are contagious. Panic spreads quickly. Calm spreads quietly but effectively. When you remain regulated, others stabilize. This is leadership in action. It does not require instruction. It requires presence. You may notice fear during pressure. Fear is not weakness. It is information. It signals importance. Regulation allows you to use fear as data without letting it control direction. Courage operates alongside fear, not in its absence. Pressure handling improves with repetition. Each exposure builds familiarity. Familiarity reduces shock. Reduced shock improves regulation. Regulation supports decision. This cycle strengthens leadership capacity. Leadership under pressure is not about control of others. It is about control of self. Self-control creates reliability. Reliability creates trust. Trust invites responsibility. Responsibility increases pressure. This loop accelerates growth. Weight feels heavier before strength develops. This phase is unavoidable. Endurance is built here. Endurance sustains leadership when challenges persist. Short-term resilience is not enough. Leadership requires long-term capacity. Fire forging requires patience. Removing material too quickly weakens structure. Pressure must be held, not rushed. Allow the process to work. Growth happens during sustained effort, not frantic action. Command presence also includes silence. Silence under pressure communicates confidence. Excessive explanation signals uncertainty. Leaders speak when necessary and act consistently. Consistency speaks louder than words. Decide. This command cuts through noise. Decision focuses energy. Focus directs action. Action resolves pressure. Resolution builds confidence. Confidence improves future decision-making. Responsibility often means standing alone temporarily. This solitude is part of leadership. Others may hesitate. You hold steady. Steadiness creates alignment over time. Alignment attracts support. Pressure tests emotional mastery. Regulation keeps authority intact. Without regulation, pressure hijacks behavior. With regulation, pressure sharpens focus. Notice how pressure interacts with identity. Identity determines response. If identity is strong, pressure activates capability. If identity is uncertain, pressure magnifies doubt. Identity word prepares you for pressure. Leadership grows in increments. Each pressure handled well expands capacity slightly. Over time, these increments accumulate. What once felt overwhelming becomes manageable. What once required effort becomes reflex. Hold the line again. Not rigidly. Intentionally. Adjust tactics if needed, but maintain standards. Standards anchor leadership. Decision-making also includes timing. Not every decision requires immediate action. Calm assessment precedes commitment. Calm does not mean delay, it means clarity. Pressure is honest. It does not flatter, it reveals. Use this honesty, learn from it, adjust accordingly. Fire forging strengthens bonds at the molecular level. Pressure strengthens internal alignment. Alignment reduces internal conflict. Reduced conflict increases efficiency. Command presence develops when you trust your process. Trust is built through evidence. Evidence comes from action under pressure. Each time you act effectively, trust deepens. Pressure will revisit. Leadership is not tested once, It is tested repeatedly. Each test reinforces or erodes credibility. Consistent response builds reputation internally and externally. Responsibility expands as capacity grows. This expansion is natural. Resist the urge to retreat. Growth occurs at the edge of capacity. Calm authority also includes compassion. Understanding pressure does not mean removing it. It means supporting regulation while maintaining standards. This balance strengthens teams and self alike. Decide again. Decision is not singular, it is continuous. Each moment requires alignment. Leadership is maintained through repeated choice. Notice how pressure changes perception of time. Moments feel compressed. Training allows you to slow perception internally. Slowed perception improves accuracy. Accuracy improves outcome. Weight training includes recovery. Pressure requires recovery as well. Recovery restores capacity. Ignoring recovery leads to breakdown. Leadership includes managing recovery strategically. Fire forging requires controlled temperature. Excessive heat damages structure. Pressure must be balanced with regulation. Regulation prevents burnout. Command presence is felt before words. Posture, pace, tone communicates stability. Stability reassures. Reassurance builds confidence. Hold the line when pressure intensifies. This is where leadership differentiates itself. Many can lead when conditions are easy. Few can lead when conditions are demanding. Decision-making clarity improves with values. Values act as filters under pressure. They simplify choice, clarify values before pressure arrives. Pressure also builds humility. It reveals limits. Recognizing limits allows growth. Ignoring limits invites failure. Leadership under pressure requires adaptability. Adaptation does not compromise standards. It optimizes approach. Calm authority maintains morale. Morale influences performance. Performance reinforces leadership. Pressure handled well becomes strength remembered. Memory of competence builds confidence for future challenges. Decide with intention, not emotion, not impulse. Intention aligns with identity. Pressure creates leaders because it demands growth. Growth demands effort. Effort builds capacity. Hold the line. Decide. These commands are simple. Their execution is profound. As this chapter closes, you may feel a sense of weight. This weight is responsibility. It is not a burden. It is an invitation. Pressure is increasing because capacity is growing. Leadership is being forged. The next chapter will teach you how to protect this strength through silence and restraint. You are prepared to enter it. Chapter 9. Silence and strategic restraint. Power does not announce itself. It does not explain. It does not rush to be seen. Real power moves quietly, conserving energy, choosing moments with precision. Noise seeks validation. Silence holds authority. When you understand this, your behavior changes. You speak less. You observe more. You act deliberately. Silence is not emptiness. It is control. Most people confuse expression with strength. They speak to feel important. They reveal to feel connected. They react to feel alive. This constant output drains energy. Energy wasted on unnecessary expression is energy unavailable for execution. Strategic restraint protects what matters. Silence begins internally. It is the ability to pause before reacting, to hold information without releasing it immediately, to allow clarity to form before words appear. This internal silence creates composure. Composure creates presence. Presence commands respect without demand. A loaded weapon does not fire randomly. It is contained, secured, dangerous because it is controlled. Power functions the same way. When everything is expressed, nothing is potent. When expression is restrained, impact increases. Silence concentrates force. Privacy is not secrecy driven by fear. It is selectivity driven by purpose. Not every thought needs a voice. Not every plan needs an audience. When plans are shared prematurely, they absorb opinion, doubt, and distraction. Privacy protects momentum. Momentum fuels progress. Quiet rooms are where decisions are made. Noise clouds judgment. Silence sharpens it. When the external world quiets, internal signals become clearer. You hear intuition, you notice subtle cues, you recognize what aligns and what distracts. Silence restores sensitivity. Energy conservation is a leadership skill. Every reaction costs energy. Every explanation costs energy. Every explanation costs energy. Every argument costs energy. Leaders choose where energy is spent. Strategic restraint prevents depletion. Preserved energy strengthens execution. Silence also reveals character. When you do not speak immediately, you observe how others fill the space. You learn more than words alone could reveal. Observation without interference builds understanding. Understanding improves decision-making. Closed doors symbolize boundaries. Boundaries protect focus. Focus sustains discipline. Discipline supports identity. Silence reinforces boundaries without confrontation. You do not need to explain every boundary. Consistent behavior communicates limits clearly. Silence reduces emotional volatility. When you speak less, you react less. When you react less, you regulate more. Regulation stabilizes presence. Stability builds trust. Trust amplifies influence. Powerful individuals do not seek constant agreement. They do not chase approval. Silence allows independence. Independence strengthens conviction. Conviction guides action. Strategic restraint also includes timing. Knowing when not to speak is as important as knowing when to speak. Timing determines impact. Words released at the wrong time lose force. Words released at the right time shape outcomes. Notice how silence changes your internal state. Less tension, more clarity, reduced urgency. This is not withdrawal. It is recalibration. Silence recenters attention on what matters. I move in silence. This affirmation is not about hiding. It is about conserving strength. It is about choosing depth over noise. Silence protects identity. When you stop explaining yourself, you stop negotiating your standards. Standards become internal, not dependent on approval. Internal standards are stronger. They do not shift with opinion. Strategic restraint also applies to emotion. Not every feeling requires expression. Expression without regulation spreads instability. Regulation before expression preserves clarity. Leaders choose expression intentionally. Quiet rooms are not lonely, they are powerful. Solitude strengthens self-trust. Self-trust reduces the need for external validation. Reduced validation seeking increases confidence. Noise creates urgency without importance. Silence reveals importance without urgency. This distinction sharpens priorities. Sharpened priorities guide focus. A loaded weapon remains effective because it is not discharged impulsively. Energy remains stored. Potential remains intact. When action is required, it is decisive. Silence builds potential. Privacy strengthens resolve. When goals are private, effort becomes personal. Personal effort sustains motivation longer than external praise. Praise fades, purpose endures. Silence also trains patience. Patience tolerates delay. Delay allows strategy. Strategy increases effectiveness. Observe how often people speak to relieve discomfort. Silence allows discomfort to pass. Discomfort tarsing builds resilience. Resilience strengthens leadership. Closed doors reduce interference. Interference weakens progress. Silence keeps doors closed to distraction. Energy conservation includes emotional energy. Emotional overexposure drains strength. Strategic restraint preserves it. Silence does not mean disengagement. It means deliberate engagement. You choose where attention goes. Choice restores authority. I move in silence. This becomes a principle, not isolation. Precision. Silence improves listening. Listening improves understanding. Understanding improves response. Response aligned with understanding creates impact. Quiet rooms invite reflection. Reflection integrates learning. Integration stabilizes growth. Strategic restraint also protects from unnecessary conflict. Many conflicts exist only because words were spoken without intention. Silence avoids battles that do not advance purpose. Power that is constantly displayed weakens. Power that is restrained strengthens. Silence changes how others perceive you. Less predictable, more grounded, more deliberate. This unpredictability commands attention naturally. Privacy allows experimentation without pressure. You can refine without scrutiny. Refinement improves quality. Refinement improves quality. Silence also deepens discipline. When you stop narrating effort, effort becomes internalized. Internalized effort is sustainable. A loaded weapon requires responsibility. Silence requires maturity. Maturity accepts that not everything must be expressed. Quiet rooms are where focus consolidates. Focus consolidates strength. Silence reduces mental clutter. Clutter fragments attention. Reduced clutter improves clarity. Energy conserved today is energy available tomorrow. Leadership requires longevity. Longevity requires restraint. Observe your impulse to speak. That impulse often signals discomfort, not necessity. Let discomfort pass. Silence strengthens tolerance. I move in silence. This affirmation reinforces restraint. Strategic restraint applies to success as well. Celebrating privately preserves hunger. Hunger fuels growth. Excessive display breeds complacency. Silence keeps you adaptable. When you do not commit verbally too early, you remain flexible. Flexibility under pressure is strength. Closed doors also protect rest. Rest restores capacity. Capacity sustains leadership. Silence encourages depth. Depth outlasts attention. Power operates best when unseen until needed. Silence builds mystique. Mystique invites curiosity. Curiosity attracts attention without pursuit. Privacy protects learning. Mistakes made privately become lessons without public judgment. Silence allows emotional regulation to complete. Interrupting regulation with expression prolongs instability. Quiet rooms create mental order. Order supports execution. Strategic restraint reduces regret. Words spoken impulsively cannot be reclaimed. Silence preserves optionality. Energy conservation supports consistency. Consistency builds identity. I move in silence. Let this phrase anchor behavior. Silence increases credibility. When you speak rarely, words carry weight. Privacy supports integrity. Integrity does not require explanation. Silence also sharpens intuition. Reduced noise amplifies subtle signals. Closed doors maintain standards. Standards protect identity. Energy saved from explanation is energy invested in action. Silence trains humility. Humility allows growth. Quiet rooms strengthen resolve. Resolve sustains effort. Strategic restraint prevents burnout. Burnout comes from overextension. Power that whispers lasts longer than power that shouts. Silence creates space for strategy. Strategy improves outcome. Observe how silence changes conversations. Others speak more thoughtfully. You learn more. Privacy reduces comparison. Comparison drains confidence. Reduced comparison strains self-trust. Silence fosters internal alignment. Alignment reduces conflict. I move in silence. This is not withdrawal. It is preparation. Silence also increases resilience. You become less reactive to external stimuli. Quiet rooms restore perspective. Perspective guides decision. Strategic restraint refines leadership. Possession. Presence is felt, not explained. Energy conservation increases patience. Patience improves timing. Silence protects against manipulation. Less information shared reduces leverage others have. Closed doors signal self-respect. Self-respect commands respect. Silence allows plans to mature. Mature plans execute better. Power is felt in stillness. Silence reduces stress. Stress clouds judgment. Privacy strengthens commitment. Commitment deepens discipline. I move in silence. Repeat it internally. Silence supports long-term vision. Vision requires quiet to be seen clearly. Strategic restraint reduces emotional noise. Reduced noise improves focus. Quiet rooms cultivate insight. Insight accelerates growth. Energy conserved through silence accumulates. Silence transforms reaction into response. Privacy shields momentum from interruption. Closed doors maintain concentration. Power that does not announce itself is trusted. Silence also prepares you for solitude at higher levels. Leadership can be lonely. Silence builds comfort with that solitude. Energy conservation is self-respect in action. I move in silence. Let this become instinct. Silence allows evaluation without pressure. Quiet rooms enhance creativity. Creativity thrives without noise. Strategic restraint clarifies values. Values guide behavior. Power grows in containment. Silence refines communication. Fewer words, greater impact. Privacy protects unfinished work. Closed doors reduce temptation. Energy saved supports perseverance. Silence aligns internal and external behavior. I move in silence. Silence is not weakness. It is discipline. Quiet rooms are training grounds. Strategic restraint is wisdom applied. Power is quiet. As this chapter closes, notice the calm that restraint brings, not emptiness, readiness. Silence has gathered your energy, sharpened your focus, and protected your direction. What comes next will require completion. Finishing demands silence, endurance, and resolve. You are prepared to enter it. Chapter 10. Finish what you start. Most people know how to begin. Very few know how to finish. Starting feels hopeful. Finishing feels heavy. The beginning is full of possibility. The end is full of resistance. This is where separation happens. Finishers separate themselves not because they are more talented, but because they endure when momentum fades. Endurance is the quiet force that carries effort across the final distance. The final mile is never glamorous. Energy is lower. Excitement is gone. The crowd is quiet. This is the moment when identity decides outcome. If you see yourself as someone who finishes, completion becomes inevitable. If you see yourself as someone who moves on, quitting feels justified. Identity determines which voice you obey. Completion identity is built slowly. It forms when you close loops instead of leaving them open. Open loops drain energy. They linger in the background, creating mental weight. Each unfinished task consumes attention. Finish one thing, and clarity returns. Finish repeatedly, and confidence stabilizes. Endurance is not intensity stretched over time. Intensity burns out. Endurance is steady pressure applied consistently. It is the willingness to continue without emotional reward. This is not punishment. It is alignment. Alignment between intention and action removes inner conflict. Inner conflict drains strength. Completion restores it. Imagine the final mile of a long journey. The body is tired. The mind looks for justification to stop. This is when finishers slow down mentally, but do not stop moving. They shorten their focus. One step, then the next. Progress continues even when motivation is absent. Locked targets simplify decision-making. When the target is locked, distraction loses power. You do not negotiate with temptation. You do not reconsider direction. You move forward because direction is decided. This decisiveness conserves energy. Energy conserved fuels endurance. Standing alone is part of finishing. Many begin with you, few stay until the end. This solitude is not rejection, it is refinement. Those who finish become examples, not because they seek attention, but because completion is rare. Finish. This command cuts through fatigue. It does not promise ease, it promises closure. Closure brings relief. Relief restores capacity. Endurance requires patience. Patience tolerates discomfort without panic. Panic drains energy. Patience conserves it. Long-term vision sustains finishing. When vision extends beyond the present discomfort, effort remains meaningful. Meaning fuels endurance. Endurance carries you forward when progress feels slow. Most people stop when effort exceeds emotion. Finishers continue when effort exceeds emotion. Finishers continue when effort exceeds emotion. This distinction is small but decisive. Completion builds trust with yourself. Each finished task strengthens self-belief. Belief reduces hesitation. Reduced hesitation improves future performance. Standing alone strengthens resolve. Resolve does not require agreement. It requires commitment. Finish what you start, not because it is easy, but because it aligns with who you are becoming. Transformation peak. Number 3. Slow down. Breathe. One step, again. Finish. Do not look back. Stand tall. Hold. Complete. Release intensity gradually. Completion is not celebration. It is grounding. It stabilizes identity. When you finish, you redefine your standard. Quitting becomes unfamiliar. Endurance becomes expected. The final mile teaches humility. It strips ego. It demands presence. Presence keeps you moving. Locked targets reduce noise. Noise weakens resolve. Silence strengthens it. Finishers understand that discomfort is temporary. Identity is permanent. Stand tall at the end, not in pride. In alignment, completion closes cycles. Closed cycles free energy. Endurance trains patience. Patience improves judgment. Long-term vision prevents short-term surrender. Finish again. Repetition matters. Each completion strengthens your reputation internally. Internal reputation shapes behavior. Standing alone clarifies values. Values guide action. Finish what you start. This principle compounds. As this chapter closes, feel the solidity of completion forming. The next chapter will demand leadership rooted in this endurance. You are ready to carry it forward. Chapter 11. Leadership begins with self-leadership is not a title. It is not permission granted by others. It is not position, volume, or visibility. Leadership begins in a quieter place. It begins with how you govern yourself when no one is watching. Before anyone follows you, you follow your own standards. Before anyone trusts you, you prove reliability to yourself. This is where leadership is installed. You lead yourself through choices. Small ones, repeated ones, choices made when it would be easier to delay, explain, or avoid. Self-leadership is not dramatic. It is consistent. It is the steady enforcement of internal authority. Internal authority is the ability to decide and act without needing external pressure. When this authority is strong, direction becomes clear. Most people look outward for leadership cues. They wait for instruction. They respond to urgency created by others. This creates dependence. Dependence weakens initiative. Initiative grows when authority is internalized. When you decide that you are responsible for your direction, leadership activates. Internal authority is built through alignment. Alignment between values and actions. Each aligned action strengthens authority. Each misalignment weakens it. This is not moral judgment. It is mechanical. Authority grows through consistency. Consistency requires discipline. Discipline has already been trained. Now it is applied to leadership. Example is stronger than words. Words persuade temporarily. Example persuades permanently. When your behavior aligns with your message, credibility forms naturally. Credibility attracts trust. Trust invites influence. Influence expands leadership. This sequence cannot be rushed. It must be earned. A mirror reflects truth without commentary. Self-leadership requires honest reflection. You must be willing to see behavior clearly, not harshly. Clearly. Clarity allows adjustment. Adjustment improves alignment. Alignment strengthens authority. Leadership also requires a personal code. A code is a set of non-negotiable principles that guide behavior under pressure. When situations are complex, a code simplifies decisions. When emotions rise, a code stabilizes response. Without a code, decisions fluctuate. Fluctuation erodes trust. Your personal code does not need to be public. It needs to be practiced. Practice embeds principles into behavior. Behavior communicates values without explanation. Explanation is unnecessary when actions are consistent. The compass represents direction. A compass does not argue with conditions. It points steadily. Self-leadership requires a clear sense of direction. Direction is not destination, it is orientation. Orientation keeps you moving forward even when paths change. Chain of command begins internally. Thoughts follow intention. Emotions follow regulation. Actions follow decisions. When this chain is clear, leadership flows smoothly. When the chain is broken, confusion arises. Self-leadership repairs the chain. I lead myself. This affirmation is not symbolic, it is operational. It reminds you that responsibility begins with you. No excuses, no delay. Calm accountability. Self-leadership also includes self-correction. When you deviate, you return without self-attack. Correction is leadership. Criticism is noise. Leaders correct course efficiently. Leading yourself means setting standards and enforcing them consistently. Standards remove negotiation. Negotiation drains energy. Energy conserved strengthens execution. Internal authority grows when you keep promises to yourself. Each kept promise adds evidence. Evidence builds confidence. Confidence simplifies decisions. Simplified decisions increase speed and accuracy. Example over words applies to effort. Do not announce discipline, demonstrate it. Do not explain values, live them. Silence amplifies example. Self-leadership also includes restraint, knowing when not to act, knowing when to pause. Restraint protects judgment. Judgment guides leadership. Mirror moments occur daily. Small decisions reflect character. Character determines leadership capacity. A personal code must be revisited regularly. Growth refines values. Refinement strengthens alignment. Compass discipline prevents drift. Drift happens gradually. Direction corrects gradually. Awareness prevents deviation. Chain of command clarity reduces stress. When you know who decides, action follows smoothly. I lead myself. Repeat it internally when decisions feel heavy. Self-leadership strengthens resilience. When challenges arise, you do not wait for rescue. You respond. Response builds competence. Competence builds confidence. Leadership begins with self because influence radiates outward. Those closest to you notice consistency first. Consistency builds respect. Respect spreads. Leading yourself also means managing energy. Rest is strategic. Overextension weakens leadership. Sustainable effort sustains influence. Internal authority reduces emotional volatility. When you trust your direction, emotions stabilize. Example over words includes recovery. Demonstrating balance communicates maturity. Mirror reflection includes acknowledging strengths. Strength awareness prevents insecurity. Insecurity undermines leadership. Compass alignment ensures decisions align with long-term vision. Chain of command includes accountability. You answer to your standards. Standards answer to purpose. I lead myself. Let this anchor behavior. Self-leadership reduces reliance on external motivation. Motivation becomes optional. Discipline and identity lead. Leadership presence emerges when internal conflict decreases. Conflict drains energy. Alignment restores it. Leading yourself also means choosing growth over comfort repeatedly. Comfort stalls development. Growth expands capacity. Personal code enforcement requires courage. Upholding standards under pressure defines leadership. Mirror honesty prevents self-deception. Deception delays growth. Compass clarity prevents distraction. Chain of command discipline maintains order. I lead myself. Leadership maturity includes humility. Recognizing limits allows learning. Learning strengthens leadership. Example over words builds culture. Culture influences others without instruction. Self-leadership improves decision timing. Calm assessment precedes action. Internal authority resists manipulation. Clear values reduce susceptibility. Mirror awareness reveals progress. Progress reinforces identity. Compass recalibration adjusts course without abandoning direction. Chain of command, discipline, integrates skills trained earlier. I lead myself. Leadership also involves emotional containment. Not every emotion is expressed. Expression is chosen. Self-leadership reduces blame. Self-leadership reduces blame. Responsibility replaces it. Example over words includes consistency during adversity. Mirror moments during stress reveal character depth. Compass steadiness under uncertainty builds trust. Chain of command clarity prevents paralysis. I lead myself. Leadership requires solitude at times. Solitude strengthens clarity. Self-leadership includes strategic communication. Words are used deliberately. Example over words builds quiet authority. Mirror acceptance enables growth. Compass direction sustains momentum. Chain of command reinforces execution. I lead myself. Leadership also includes patience. Influence grows over time. Self-leadership balances urgency and calm. Example over words demonstrates integrity. Mirror reflection aligns intention and behavior. Compass orientation maintains focus. Chain of command secures process. I lead myself. Leadership presence becomes noticeable. Others feel it. They respond instinctively. Self-leadership simplifies complexity. Example over words eliminates need for persuasion. Mirror clarity fosters confidence. Compass discipline supports endurance. Chain of command organizes action. I lead myself. Leadership also includes letting go, releasing outdated habits. Self-leadership evolves identity. Example over words anchors values. Mirror honesty prevents stagnation. Compass realignment supports adaptation. Chain of command maintains coherence. I lead myself. Leadership begins internally and expands outward. Each aligned action strengthens influence. Self-leadership creates credibility. Example over words establishes trust. Mirror reflection ensures accountability. Compass guidance sustains direction. Chain of command executes vision. I lead myself. As this chapter closes, feel the weight of authority settling. Not imposed, chosen. You are no longer waiting to be led. You are governing yourself with clarity and consistency. This leadership is quiet, steady, and reliable. The final chapter will integrate everything you have built into a complete identity. You are ready to step into it fully. Chapter 12. You are now dangerous, in control. You have reached a different state now, not louder, not more emotional, more integrated. What once felt separate has aligned. Awareness, discipline, focus, restraint, endurance, leadership, they no longer operate as individual tools. They operate as one system. This is integration. Integration is what turns effort into inevitability. A disciplined mind is unstoppable because it does not depend on circumstance. It does not wait for permission. It does not collapse under pressure. It adapts, adjusts, and continues. Discipline is no longer something you practice. It is something you are. Stability replaces volatility. Consistency replaces negotiation. This stability is dangerous, not in aggression, but in reliability. Imagine a fully assembled weapon. Every component calibrated, nothing loose, nothing wasted. It does not fire recklessly. It does not need to prove power. Its strength lies in readiness. Readiness is quiet. Readiness is quiet. Readiness is controlled. When action is required, it responds instantly. This is your mind now. You are not driven by impulse. You are directed by intention. Emotion still exists, but it no longer rules. Thought still moves, but it no longer dominates. You decide. This decision happens moment by moment. It is not dramatic. It is consistency. Consistency creates dominance over time. The calm warrior does not rush. Urgency without direction is weakness. Calm with direction is force. Calm allows perception to widen. It allows timing to sharpen. It allows response to be precise. You move when it matters. You wait when it matters. Both are acts of control. Controlled force is sustainable. Uncontrolled force burns out. Sustainability is the foundation of long-term dominance. Dominance is not about overpowering others. It is about outlasting instability. When others fluctuate, you remain steady. When others react, you respond. When others hesitate, you move. Integration means there is no internal argument anymore. Focus supports discipline. Discipline supports identity. Identity supports leadership. Leadership supports endurance. Endurance reinforces focus. The system feeds itself. Energy is conserved. Effort is efficient. Stability feels different from excitement. Excitement rises and crashes. Stability holds. Stability allows long-range thinking. Long-range thinking guides strategic action. Strategy reduces wasted movement. Reduced waste increases effectiveness. You are no longer practicing strength. You are living it. This does not make you rigid. It makes you adaptable. Adaptability with discipline is rare. It allows evolution without chaos. Change no longer threatens identity. Identity is stable enough to absorb growth. Long-term dominance is built quietly. It is not announced. It is recognized over time. People notice consistency. They notice follow-through. They notice calm under pressure. These signals compound into trust. Trust amplifies influence. Influence expands responsibility. Responsibility demands stability. Stability sustains leadership. Leadership now feels natural because it is internal. You are not chasing motivation. Motivation visits occasionally. Discipline remains. This reliability frees attention. Freed attention sharpens execution. The fully assembled system does not need constant adjustment. Minor calibrations maintain precision. Precision ensures accuracy. Accuracy produces results. You have learned to move in silence. Silence conserves energy. Conserved energy strengthens presence. Presence commands respect without demand. The calm warrior does not seek conflict. Conflict wastes resources. Control avoids unnecessary engagement. When engagement is required, it is decisive. Controlled force means knowing when to apply pressure and when to release. Pressure builds capacity. Release restores it. This rhythm sustains longevity. You no longer measure progress emotionally. You measure it structurally. Systems improve. Habits stabilize. Identity holds. This is what makes you dangerous, not unpredictability, reliability, transformation peak. Number 4, final stand-up. Pause, breathe, focus. You are ready. No hesitation, no doubt. You know what needs to be done. Do not rush. Move, hold, execute, pause. Again, stay calm, stay clear. You decide. Long pause, execute, pause. Again, stay calm, stay clear. You decide. Absolute certainty settles. Release intensity slowly. Return to calm. This certainty is not loud. It does not need reinforcement. It is felt internally. It guides action automatically. It guides action automatically. Integration means you no longer compartmentalize. Work ethic does not switch off. Emotional regulation does not disappear. Focus does not vanish. They travel with you. Stability creates freedom. Freedom from mood. Freedom from distraction. Freedom from inconsistency. Long-term dominance is simply staying aligned longer than others. Alignment reduces friction. Reduced friction conserves energy. Conserved energy sustains effort. You are now someone who finishes, someone who holds standards, someone who regulates under pressure, someone who decides deliberately. The calm warrior identity does not need constant affirmation. Evidence has accumulated. Evidence builds trust. Trust stabilizes confidence. Confidence no longer spikes. It settles. Settled confidence does not seek approval, it moves forward. Controlled force also includes compassion. Understanding pressure allows you to guide others without absorbing their chaos. Leadership now includes stability for others. Integration also means recovery is strategic, rest is intentional, intensity is applied deliberately. Balance sustains performance. You do not fear difficulty anymore. Difficulty signals opportunity for refinement. Refinement improves precision. The fully assembled system adapts to environment without losing integrity. Integrity anchors behavior. Long-term dominance values patience. Patience waits for leverage. Leverage multiplies effect. You are no longer distracted by comparison. Comparison wastes energy. Direction preserves it. Stability makes progress predictable. Predictability builds trust with yourself. Self-trust strengthens leadership. Controlled force is quiet confidence in action. You are dangerous because you do not need chaos to function. You are dangerous because you do not need validation to continue. You are dangerous because you do not stop when others do. Integration also protects peace. Peace allows clarity. Clarity supports execution. This is not an ending, it is a state. From here, growth continues without instability. Challenges arrive without panic. Pressure builds without collapse. Long-term dominance does not mean constant victory. It means consistent recovery and return. Return builds resilience. The calm warrior accepts setbacks as data. Data informs adjustment. Adjustment improves system performance. You no longer argue with reality. You work with it. Controlled force respects timing. Timing increases effectiveness. Integration allows leadership without exhaustion. Exhaustion is replaced by rhythm. This rhythm sustains influence. You are now someone who can hold responsibility without losing self-control. This is rare. You do not announce this change, others will notice. The fully assembled system does not seek attention. Attention comes naturally. Long-term dominance is built through days that look ordinary but are executed with intention. Ordinary days compound into extraordinary outcomes. You are now dangerous because you are stable. Stability endures storms. Storms no longer define direction. Direction defines response. This is control. Pause. Feel the steadiness. Not excitement, not fear. Steadiness. This steadiness is power. You have trained it. You have earned it. It remains with you. The path ahead will continue to demand effort. Effort no longer threatens identity. Identity absorbs effort. Integration ensures that each challenge strengthens you. Long-term dominance is simply staying disciplined long enough for results to compound. You are no longer guessing. You are no longer reacting. You are deciding. You are executing. You are finishing. The calm warrior walks forward without announcement. Controlled force remains contained until required. The system is ready. You are ready. Long pause. This is who you are now. End. You have arrived, not at an ending, but at a state of control. What once felt uncertain is now ordered. What once reacted now responds. You are no longer guessing your way forward. You are moving with intention. The noise has quieted. The system is stable. You know where you stand because you built the ground beneath you. You no longer react to every thought, every emotion, every moment of pressure. You observe, you decide, you act. This is not force, it is command. Command over attention, command over language, command over extension, command over response. Your mind is no longer a battlefield. It is a command center. You did not eliminate difficulty. You eliminated confusion. Difficulty is manageable when direction is clear. Pressure is useful when regulation is strong. Effort is sustainable when identity is aligned. You no longer wait for certainty to act. Action creates certainty. Each deliberate step reinforces trust in yourself. You command your mind because you trained it patiently. You chose awareness over autopilot, discipline over comfort, focus over noise, silence over explanation, completion over convenience. These choices compounded quietly, relentlessly, until stability replaced struggle. This stability is your advantage. It cannot be taken. It does not depend on mood or circumstance. It travels with you into every challenge. You are prepared to hold responsibility without losing clarity. You are prepared to lead without forcing control. You are prepared to endure without hardening. Say it internally now without urgency, without doubt. I am ready. Pause. I rise. Pause. I rise. Pause. I decide who I become. Let these words settle not as motivation but as truth. You are no longer becoming this person. You are operating as this person. The work continues, but it no longer shakes you. Stay steady. Remain disciplined. Move forward deliberately. Long pause. Silence. It is done.
You made it to the end. That already says something about you. Most people stop early. You stayed. If this audiobook challenged you, if it sharpened your focus, if it reminded you of who you're becoming, then don't let this be a one-time moment. This channel exists for people who choose growth, discipline over comfort, clarity over noise, progress over excuses. If you want more audiobooks like this, more mindset training, more leadership, more inner strength, subscribe, like this video so it reaches the people who need it, and share it with someone who's ready to rise but hasn't found the words yet. Stay consistent, protect your mind, and keep moving forward. This is only the beginning.